You're nothing but a mistake your daddy made with a dead woman, Monica's voice slices through the church hallway like a cold knife. She shoves the young black boy against the wall so hard the wooden panels shudder. Her white gown, expensive and heavy with beadwork, drags across the floor like a snake shedding purity it never had. Will's breath catches. His thin shoulders press into plaster. "I'm sorry, ma'am." I said, "Shut your mouth." Her manicured nails sharp. Glossy, merciless dig into his skin, leaving crescent moons against brown flesh. Her breath smells like peppermint layered over venom. 30 minutes from now, your daddy belongs to me. His money, his house, everything your dead mother left behind. She leans in, lips brushing his ear, whispering rot wrapped in silk. Mine. 10-year-old Will trembles, his lip quivering despite every lesson his mother ever taught him about strength. "Yes, ma'am," he whispers. "Once that ring is on my finger, you're gone. Boarding school? Far away. Somewhere they'll turn you into whatever your mother failed to make you." She tilts her head, eyes glowing with cruelty. "Your mama raised you weak. No wonder she's rotting underground." Tears spill down Will's face, silent, hot, humiliating. He says nothing. He cannot, not with her nails still in his skin, not with her breath tainting the air around him. Monica smiles, satisfied, and glides toward the altar, white fabric trailing like a ghost of innocence she never possessed. Will stands alone, shaking knees, knocking, fists balled. Then something inside him hardens, something ancient, something inherited. His jaw tightens. His hand slips under his jacket, fingers closing around something he knows will change everything. 30 minutes later, this black boy runs into his father's wedding screaming, "Don't marry her." And what he showed next made his father call 911. Subscribe and stay until the end. The house on Maple Street. It is more than lumber and nails. It is history soaked into red Georgia clay. It sits where the suburbs of South DeKalb fade into pine forests, cicadas, and air thick with summer storms. Red brick walls, white wooden shutters, and the old magnolia tree, the one that blooms every April with creamy petals that perfume the entire block stand like living memories. Wesley Davis's grandfather bought this house in 1968. One of the first black men allowed to own property on this street, when real estate agents still whispered warnings and steered colored families elsewhere, and banks found excuses to deny loans to people who looked like him. So he saved cash. 20 years, 2 jobs, $12,000. He didn't trust systems that had never protected him. He trusted only his hands. 3 generations of Davis men have grown up inside these walls. Wesley's father took his first wobbly steps on these hardwood floors. Wesley learned to ride a bike on the cracked sidewalk out front, his daddy jogging behind him, laughing, hand steady on the seat. He kissed Carolincia, beautiful Caroline with the bright laugh, for the first time under that magnolia tree their junior year of high school. Their son Will took his first steps on those same floors his great-grandfather laid board by board during the blistering summer of '69. 18 months ago, those same floors held sorrow so heavy the house itself seemed to inhale. Carolyn Davis lay in a bed at Grady Memorial, room 414, her hand thin as paper in Will's small brown fingers. Machines beeped their cold rhythm, fluorescent lights hummed like insects. "Take care of Daddy for me, baby." Her voice barely rose above the machines. "He's going to need you. Promise me." Will nodded. He was 8. He didn't cry. Not then. Not at the funeral 3 days later. Not when they lowered her casket into the clay while the choir sang Precious Lord. A promise was a sacred thing. After the burial, the house slowed, dimmed, quieted. Wesley stopped making the foods Caroline taught him. Stopped laughing at the sitcoms they loved. Stopped being the man Will remembered. Dinner became pizza boxes stacked on the counter. The television filled the silence. Will did homework alone at the kitchen table where Caroline once sat with him, her voice patient, her hands steady. 8 months ago, Wesley found his way into a grief support group at Ebenezer Baptist Church, where the Davis family had worshipped for 40 years. Every baptism, every wedding, every homegoing permeated into the brick. That's where Monica Turner appeared. Corner seat, simple black dress, gold jewelry that caught the light. Eyes glistening as she spoke about losing her husband. She held her pain like a badge. She understood Wesley, she said. Understood collapse. understood survival. Coffee became dinner. Dinner became weekends, or laugh-filled rooms. Big, confident, head thrown back. She moved in 4 months later, then things shifted. She rearranged the kitchen cabinets, replaced the curtains Caroline had sewn, moved Caroline's photo into the hallway closet. It's too painful for you to see every day, baby. We'll notice everything. Monica said she was an orphan. No family, no past, no roots. Her phone rang at odd hours. Wesley's stomach aches appeared out of nowhere. Lemonade always. Her lemonade was the cure. Everything looked like healing, until the night Will woke up thirsty. 2:14 a.m. He slipped downstairs, avoiding the step that creaked his mother used to skip it to. The hardwood cooled his feet. The kitchen was dark, but a voice drifted through it. Monica. Soft, careful, secret. Will froze, pressed flat against the wall, heart thudding like a fist against a door. Yes, this is Rachel. Her voice was different, cold, clipped. The policy is still active, right? Good, good. Tap, tap. Her nails on granite. Don't worry, it'll be soon. Will's blood turned to ice. Rachel, her real name she never used. A name she slipped only once accidentally while filling out paperwork. She laughed then. A short, sharp stab of sound, not the laugh she used on Wesley. The phone clicked. Footsteps. Will fled up the stairs, silent, trained by fear itself. He slid beneath covers, trembling. He didn't sleep. Not that night. Not the next. Morning arrived, heavy with humidity. The kitchen smelled like bacon and coffee. Wesley scrolled his phone, oblivious. Monica hummed last Sunday's hymn. A portrait of domestic peace painted over rot. Will slides into his chair, pouring cereal with hands that won't stop trembling. The spoon rattles against the bowl. His chest tightens. He forces out a word he hopes sounds braver than he feels. Dad. His voice cracks the quiet kitchen like breaking glass. Both adults look up. Wesley with mild surprise. Monica with something sharper, something predatory hidden behind polite curiosity. Who's Rachel? Wesley frowns. What? Rachel. Will swallows hard. I heard Monica on the phone last night. She called herself Rachel. She was talking about some policy, and she said, it'll be soon. Monica turns from the stove slowly. Her spatula drips grease onto the tile. She smiles, soft and sugary, but her eyes flicker, quick, calculating, reptilian there and gone in a heartbeat. Oh, sweetie. She walks to him, placing a hand on his shoulder, fingers pressing just enough to warn. Rachel is my middle name. Monica Rachel Turner. I was talking to the insurance company, adding your daddy to my policy. She squeezes, not affectionate, not loving. A command disguised as tenderness. Nothing to worry your head about. Wesley nods, relieved. Monica's just being responsible about her future. Will stares into his cereal as the milk ripples. The weight of her hand stays long after she pulls away, burning like a brand. That night after homework, after dinner, after sitting through television shows, he doesn't even register. Will reaches into his backpack. He pulls out a composition notebook, black and white marbled cover, the exact kind his mother bought him every September. He opens to a blank page, writes the date, June 12th. His handwriting is slow, careful, determined. June 12th, she called herself Rachel on the phone at 2:14 a.m. Said the policy is still active and it'll be soon. What policy? Insurance? Soon until what? In the days that follow, the notebook becomes more than paper, becomes protection, survival, the only place he can put truth. June 15th, Em told Dad she grew up in Savannah. Last month, she said Augusta. I remember because I looked up both cities for my Georgia project. June 18th, she watches me when she thinks I'm not looking. Her smile disappears the second Dad leaves the room. It comes back like a mask the moment he returns. June 21st, Dad's stomach hurts again. 4th time this week. She makes him drink her lemonade every morning. He always looks worse by evening. The notebook becomes his secret history. Pages thick with dates, details, contradictions. He hides it under his mattress beside the photo of his mother he rescued from Monica's closet exile. And the more he writes, the more Monica watches him back. 3 weeks pass, awaits with the patience of someone far older than 10. Monica leaves every Wednesday for her hair appointment. 3 hours, always alone, always returning with hair that looks exactly the same. Today, Wesley works from home. This is Will's chance. He finds his father in the living room, laptop open, scrolling through images of wedding venues, white tents, manicured lawns, string quartets, flowers shaped like luxury. The wedding is 8 weeks away. "Dad, I need to talk to you about something important." Wesley looks up, finally noticing the notebook clutched in Will's hands. "What's that, buddy?" Will crosses the room and sits on the old leather couch. Their couch. It's the same couch his parents bought when they moved in. The same one with Uncle Jerome's burn mark still singed into the armrest. His hands tremble as he holds out the notebook. "I need you to read this, please. All of it." Wesley opens it, reads. His expression shifts like weather sun to clouds, clouds to thunder. Curiosity, confusion, then something harder. "What is this, William?" "She's lying to us, Dad. I wrote everything down. The phone call, a different name. Her story's changing, how she watches me. You've been spying on her." Wesley's voice sharpens, rising, filling the room. "On my fiancée, on the woman I'm going to marry? Not spying, paying attention. This is ridiculous." Wesley flips pages faster, his jaw locking with every line. Insurance policies, secret phone calls. Well, she's trying to be part of this family. She's trying to love you like a mother. The phrase hits Will like a slap. Like a mother. As if anyone could replace Caroline Davis. "Dad, if you'd just listen." The front door opens. Keys jingle. Monica's voice floats in, bright and warm as a church choir. "I'm back early, baby. Salon was packed, so I rescheduled." She steps into the doorway. Her eyes scan the room. Wesley holding the notebook. Will sitting alone. Pages spread like evidence in a courtroom. Flicker crosses her face, too fast to name. Then the smile returns. Perfect. Warm. False. What's going on in here? Wesley exhales. Tired. Frustrated. "Will's been keeping notes on you. Thinks you're hiding something." Monica glides to him, placing a manicured hand on his arm, leaning in like she belongs. They're claiming space. "Oh, baby." Her voice drips with practiced sympathy. "It's okay. He misses his mama. He's struggling with the changes." "I understand completely." She turns to Will, her smile angelic, her eyes cold as winter stone. Only the boy sees the truth beneath the sugar. "We'll work through this together. As a family." The word family hits Will like a stone sinking into deep water. A word that used to feel warm now feels heavy, dangerous, stolen. Wesley turns toward his son. His voice is cold hard, nothing like the father Will knows. "Apologize to Monica." Right now, Will's throat tightens. "But Dad," now William. He looks at his father. The man who sprinted beside him when he wobbled on his first bike, who stayed through every scraped knee, who whispered, "You're okay, buddy," after Little League losses, who sat beside his dying wife and held her hand until her last breath. That man is gone. Or buried under something Monica built. No, the single syllable floats in the air like smoke from a fire only Will can smell. Wesley stands sharply. "Go to your room. And I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense. Not another word." "Shh. Do you understand me?" Will climbs the stairs slowly, each step harder than the last, like gravity has doubled. Behind him, he hears Monica's voice, soft, comforting, poisonous. "He just needs time, baby. He'll come around." I know this is hard for him, in his room. Will sits on his bed, staring at his mother's photo. Her eyes seem to hold him the way they did when he was small. "You would have believed me, Mama," he whispers. 3 days pass. It's 3 days of suffocating silence. Will avoids Monica. Wesley avoids Will. The house feels like a tomb. Then late at night, Will's phone buzzes. Unknown number. 11:52 p.m. One message. One threat. "Stop digging, or you'll lose your daddy too." Ice floods his veins. His heart slams against his ribs. He screenshots it immediately, saves it to his iPad with trembling hands, rereads it over and over. "Lose your daddy too." Monica has stopped pretending. A week later, she makes her next move. "I think Will should go to summer camp," she says sweetly at dinner, as if Will doesn't exist. "A wonderful boarding program in North Carolina. 6 weeks, mountains, structured days." He needs space to heal from losing his mother. Wesley nods slowly. Maybe you're right, he has been. Difficult lately. Will's stomach twists. The food tastes like ash. Monica wants him gone, out of the way, for the wedding. For weeks, until the ceremony. 4 weeks to save his father. He needs help. Someone who will believe him. He thinks of Denise Brooks, his mother's best friend for 20 years. Spellman's sisters, career women, survivors of small towns and big dreams. She was there through every birthday, every milestone, every cancer treatment. She held Caroline's hand when morphine stole her words. Now Denise is a forensic nurse at Emory, a woman who turns evidence into truth. Saturday morning, Will lies. I'm going to the library for my summer project. Instead, he pedals 5 miles through blistering Atlanta heat. Sweat dripping, legs burning, fear pushing him forward. He reaches Denise's yellow craftsman bungalow, its porch overflowing with ferns. He knocks. Denise opens the door in lavender scrubs, ready for work. Her face softens the second she sees him, Carolyn's son, standing small and helpless on her porch. Will, baby, what's wrong? Where's your daddy? Everything pours out of him. The notebook, the phone call, the alias, the contradictions, the threatening text, the lemonade, the stomach aches. The wedding countdown. Denise listens. Really listens. She doesn't dismiss him. She doesn't smile politely. She doesn't say give her a chance. When he finishes, she sits at the kitchen table under the slow-turning fan. Tell me everything again, she says. Slow. From the beginning, Will repeats everything. She takes notes on a yellow legal pad, handwriting neat, methodical. Your mama always said you notice things most people miss, Denise says softly. She was proud of that. Said you'd make a great detective someday. Something inside Will eyes his first full breath in weeks. Denise opens her laptop. Types Monica Turner, Atlanta, Georgia. Sparse results. Minimal LinkedIn. No Facebook. No Instagram. No past before 2018. As if she appeared out of thin air 5 years ago. Psst. That's unusual, Denise murmurs. Everyone has digital footprints. Will shows her a photo of Monica. Denise uploads it into a reverse image search. One match. It's an article from the Monroe Telegraph, August 2019. A wedding announcement. Monica stands beside a black man in a tuxedo, smiling like she owns the world. Gerald and Monica Foster celebrate their union. Denise reads it twice. Foster, not Turner. She scrolls. Gerald Anthony Foster, 32. Monica Foster, nee Morrison. Denise writes the name, circles it twice. Not Turner, not Foster. Morrison. Will's voice is barely a breath. Where's Gerald now? Denise searches. Gerald Foster, Monroe, Georgia. The first result is an obituary. Gerald Anthony Foster, 34, died peacefully on March 14, 2020. Survived by his loving wife Monica Foster. Cause of death, cardiac arrest. He was only 34, Will whispers. That's younger than my dad. Denise scrolls, her forensic mind dissecting every detail. Healthy 34-year-olds don't just drop dead. She opens Georgia's public records database, types Monica's name. The results appear instantly. Case no. 2020CV441, 2 Lisa Foster, plaintiff versus Monica Foster. Defendant, a court battle. A sister fighting something. A truth buried in legal filings. And finally, proof that Will was right. The civil complaint filed April 2020. 1 month after Gerald's death unfolds on Denise's screen like a roadmap of betrayal. 14 dense pages of legal jargon, but the core is unmistakable. Lisa Foster accused Monica Turner, Foster, of systematically isolating Gerald from everyone who loved him. She alleged Monica manipulated Gerald during a period of weakening health, convincing him to rewrite his will and redirect every financial asset in her favor just 2 weeks before he died. Gerald's entire estate has paid off home, retirement accounts, carefully built investments shifted into Monica's hands the moment he took his last breath. All of it. And the $750,000 life insurance payout arrived like clockwork within 60 days. The case settled quietly for months later. Confidential? Lisa gagged. Monica vanished, new name, new city, new life, purchased with a dead man's savings. She took everything, Denise whispers. Will swallows. But Gerald is just one person. Maybe it really was a heart attack. Maybe Lisa was angry. Maybe. One tragedy is chance, Denise says. Two is a pattern. She searches Lisa online. A teacher, living small, posting classroom pictures, still carrying grief in her captions. Denise messages her. Lisa replies in under an hour. I've been waiting 3 years for this call. When can we talk? At 8 p.m., Lisa appears on screen, a woman carved by loss, standing in a living room covered wall-to-wall in photos of Gerald. Her first words hit like a punch. No one would listen. Police, not investigators, not lawyers. With permission, Denise records as Lisa describes a brother who ran marathons, completed Ironman's 8 clean, tracked every calorie a man with perfect heart health, perfect labs, perfect everything, until he married Monica. Isolation, emotional control, health drinks, stomach pains, fatigue, cognitive fog, endless doctor visits with no answers because no one tests for poison when the wife is the one crying in the waiting room. Will listens, frozen. It's his father's symptoms. All of them. When the call ends, Denise keeps digging. Another name appears. Raymond Ellis. Drowned. 2022. Survived by wife Monica Ellis. Marriage license. 2021. Life insurance. $500,000 paid out in 90 days. 2 husbands dead within 18 months of marrying her. It's both wealthy, both insured, it's both lost to accidents. Wesley Davis. 8 months in, wedding in 3 weeks. She's killing them, Will whispers. She marries them. She poisons them. She collects the money. We need proof, Denise says. Real proof. Will thinks of the lemonade in the fridge, the special recipe. Then Wesley casually mentions something over dinner to Nice calling him. Monica freezes a single heartbeat too long. Her smile resets. Her lie slides out smooth. That night, Wesley cancels his meeting with Denise, but Denise doesn't back down. Parking garage, level 3. Shift just ended. Monica waits beside her car like a serpent in red silk. The threat she delivers is icy, elegant, lethal. And Denise, battle-hardened, unshaken, fires back. To husband's dead, Monica. 2. Monica smiles, reptilian. Accidents happen every day. Be careful you don't have one yourself. That evening, Monica cooks, glows, charms. She lights candles, low jazz, performance polished by years of practice. Baby. Let's move up the wedding. Wesley melts. The date jumps. For weeks becomes 5 days. 5 days until Will's father marries a killer. That night, Monica slips into Will's room. Quiet, smooth, controlled. The pipes murmur behind her like distant warning drums. Will's iPad records every breath. I know what you've been doing. Her voice is tender on the surface, a sitter underneath. You think you're clever, but you're a child. Children don't win against adults. She leans close enough for him to smell her perfume gardenias over something metallic. Your daddy chose me, not you. If you keep making trouble. Her whisper is pure venom. You'll end up alone. No daddy, no family. She steps into the doorway, pausing, savoring the power, and leaves him in the dark 5 days from disaster. Sleep tight, sweetie. The door closes with a soft click that feels like a coffin ceiling. Will saves the recording with shaking fingers. 5 days. 5 days to save his father's life. 3 days before the wedding, he sits alone in the dark. It's the iPad screen black beside him, his notebook full of warnings no one believes. Outside, the summer crickets sing like the world hasn't shifted beneath his feet. He feels scraped hollow, the inside of him carved out and carried away, leaving only the fragile outline of a boy who's running out of time. He lifts his mother's photograph, her smile wide, radiant, unwavering hues to make him feel safe. Her warm brown eyes used to hold whole universes of love, all of them meant for him. I tried, Mama, he whispers, voice of fracture in the darkness. I tried everything. Nobody believes me. Dad thinks I'm crazy. Monica's going to win. Memory drags him back to her final days. The antiseptic hospital room. The flowers wilting in their vases, the soft machine beeping that counted her last hours. Her hand in his, lighter and lighter each day. Take care of Daddy for me, baby. Promise me. But Daddy doesn't want care. Daddy doesn't see danger. Daddy chose her. The tears come fast, hot, relentless. He curls into his pillow, muffling the sobs that rip out of him like something breaking free. It's the kind of crying that burns your lungs, that empties the grief stored in your bones. Maybe he should give up. Maybe he is wrong. Maybe Monica is just a twice-widowed woman with terrible luck. Maybe he's the child who won't let go. Maybe his mother got it hurts. Maybe she would tell him to stop. The thought wounds him deeper than any threat Monica has whispered. The house settles around him. Down the hallway, Monica laughs at something Wesley says. They sound happy, normal, loving. Maybe I'm the problem, he thinks. Then booze. His phone lights up the darkness. 2:17 a.m., Denise. He almost lets it ring. Almost sinks into the hopelessness swallowing him. But a promise is a sacred thing, he answers. Hello, Will. Denise sounds breathless, urgent, terrified, and hopeful all at once. I know it's late, but I need you to listen carefully. I got the test results back. Will bolts upright? Test results? What test? A pause. Sharp inhale. Last week at dinner, when Monica wasn't home yet, while I was getting water, I took a small sample from the lemonade pitcher. The one she makes for your father every morning. Silence hangs heavy, electric. The results came back an hour ago. Well, it's ethylene glycol. Will grips the phone so tightly his fingers ache. What is that? Antifreeze, Denise says softly. It tastes sweet. It disappears in lemonade. In small doses over time, it destroys your organs, kidneys, liver. Symptoms look like stress, fatigue, stomach pain, confusion. Doctors almost never catch it. Will feels his world tilt. She's poisoning him, he whispers. Yes, Denise doesn't soften it. Just like Gerald. Just like Raymond. Your father is next. He leaps from the bed, pacing in frantic circles. Call the police. Call them now. I already did. Her frustration bleeds through. They said the sample could be contaminated. No chain of custody, no documentation. They need more concrete evidence. The wedding is in 3 days. Will's voice breaks. I know, she says. Monica moves fast. The system doesn't. Will stares out his window at the magnolia tree his mother loved. Moonlight paints it silver, like a ghost watching over him. Then an idea sparks, dangerous, reckless, unstoppable. I'll show Dad everything at the wedding. What? Denise's voice sharpens. In front of everyone. The recordings, the documents, the pattern. If I reveal it to the whole crowd, she can't lie. Dad will have to believe me. Will? She's dangerous. If she realizes I don't care, his voice is calm now, unshakably calm. I promised Mama I would take care of him. If I don't stop this wedding, he'll die. Just like Gerald, just like Raymond. A long, breathless pause. Will, Denise says, voice thick with emotion, you are the bravest person I've ever known, adult or child. Your mother would be so proud. She hesitates, then reveals her last weapon. I have a friend at the CVS pharmacy on Candler Road. If Monica bought antifreeze there recently, her voice hardens into resolve. We'll have video evidence. 2 hours later, Denise calls back. Her voice is vibrating, breathless, electric. I found it. Will's stomach drops. Found what? The video, she says. 43 seconds. CVS store, 4471, Candler Road, Atlanta. Timestamp. 2:23 p.m. 3 days before the wedding. A pause sharp. Loaded. It's her Will. Everything we feared. She describes what plays on her screen. Monica Turner standing at the checkout counter in a casual yellow sundress, sandals, and oversized sunglasses perched on her head. In her red shopping basket, 2 bottles of Prestone antifreeze and a package of rubber gloves. She looks relaxed, normal, even warm as she chats with a teenage cashier, laughing lightly at some joke. Paying with cash, no credit card trail, no receipt, no accidental breadcrumb. But her face, Denise whispers. Her face is crystal clear during the entire transaction. She sends the file to Will's iPad. His screen lights up with the notification. You have everything you need now. That night, the final night before the wedding, Will prepares like a soldier going into battle. Every moment feels measured, sacred, terrifying. He creates a folder on the iPad labeled simply, Truth. Into it, he places the CVS surveillance video. The bedroom voice recording of Monica threatening him. Obituary photographs of Gerald Foster and Raymond Ellis, the toxicology report, proving ethylene glycol screenshots from Lisa Foster's lawsuit, the threatening anonymous text message, everything labeled, sorted, sharpened like weapons laid out before war. He charges the iPad to 100%. He does not sleep. He watches the sky brighten from indigo to rose to gold over the magnolia tree outside his window, the tree his mother loved. And then, at last, wedding day. Ebenezer Baptist Church rises against the June sky, historic, sacred, solid. The same church where Wesley was baptized at 6 months old, where he married Caroline at 25, where he buried her at 36. White ribbons flutter. White lilies perfume the doorway. The organ hums softly as guests arrive. Inside, 200 people fill the polished pews. Co-workers, Morehouse friends, extended family, neighbors who watched will grow up. Will wears the small gray suit his father bought just for today. In the groom's preparation room, Wesley adjusts his tie as they stand reflected in an old mirror. "This is a new beginning for our family, son," Wesley says, eyes bright with hope. "Monica is going to be wonderful. We're going to be okay." Will says nothing. The iPad is hidden inside his jacket, cold and heavy against his ribs. The ceremony begins. Wesley stands at the altar beside the pastor, holding the white leather Bible. The organ swells into the wedding march. Monica appears. White gown flowing behind her like a river of silk. White veil like a shroud. White flowers trembling in her hands. She looks perfect, radiant, devoted. She walks the aisle like a woman moving toward her destiny. Will quietly slips out a side door, removes his dress shoes and socks. Bare feet make less sound, move faster. The pastor's voice echoes through the sanctuary. "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the sight of God to witness the union of Wesley James Davis and Monica Rachel Turner." Monica reaches the altar, lifts her veil, smiles, Will bursts through the main doors. "Don't marry her." The church goes silent. 200 heads whip toward him. Monica's smile turns to stone. Will sprints down the aisle past his grandmother, clutching her pearls, past his uncle rising in shock, past neighbors who never asked the questions they should have asked. He reaches the altar and raises the iPad like a shield. "Watch, Dad. Please, just watch." He presses play. The CVS video fills the screen, Monica buying antifreeze and rubber gloves. Her face, unmistakable. Whispers swell like wind through wheat. That's not Monica's voice cracks. "I bought that for my car. My radiator was overheating." Will opens the next file, the voice recording from his bedroom. Donica's own voice floods the sanctuary. "Your daddy chose me, and if you keep making trouble, you'll end up all alone." "No, Daddy. Nobody. Just like me." Gasps, hands covering mouths. Someone's grandmother crosses herself. Will opens the toxicology report. "She's been poisoning your lemonade, Dad, for months. The same way she poisoned Gerald Foster in Monroe. The same way she poisoned Raymond Ellis at Lake Lanier." He lifts his chin, voice steady. "You're next." Wesley's expression fractures, disbelief, confusion, horror cycling through him. He looks at Monica, the woman he loved. The woman who made his lemonade every morning. "Monica, what is this?" His hands shake as he pulls out his phone, dials 911. "My name is Wesley James Davis," he says. "I'm at Ebenezer Baptist Church on Auburn Avenue in Atlanta. I believe my fiancée has been poisoning me, and I believe she has murdered at least 2 other people." Monica runs. She gathers her dress, bolts for the side exit, bouquet abandoned, bare feet slipping on polished wood. She slams through the door and freezes. Denise Brooks stands waiting, arms crossed, and behind her 2 uniformed Atlanta police officers. Detective Harris steps forward, badge glinting. "Monica Turner, you are under arrest for attempted murder, insurance fraud, and suspicion of 2 counts of homicide. You have the right to remain silent." Handcuffs click shut. "That child has been trying to destroy me since day 1. She screams as she's dragged back down the aisle she walked moments ago in white. Wesley descends the altar steps, moving toward his son. Father and son face each other. "You knew?" Wesley's voice breaks. "You tried to tell me, and I didn't listen." Will's eyes fill. "Mama told me to take care of you." Wesley drops to his knees and pulls him close, sobbing openly. "I'm sorry. 1 week later, Fulton County Superior Court. Wesley's blood tests reveal early-stage ethylene glycol poisoning. Full recovery expected with treatment. Gerald Foster's body is exhumed. The toxicology matches. The grand jury indicts Monica on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. The woman in white is finally seen for what she truly is. 3 months later, Maple Street home. A different house now, brighter, safer, alive. The magnolia tree is thick with summer leaves. Wesley and will sit on the porch in rocking chairs with 2 glasses of real sweet tea, simple, honest, safe. "I should have believed you," Wesley murmurs, "from the first day." Will shrugs softly. "You believe me now? It's what matters." Inside, Carolyn's photograph is back on the counter where it belongs. The lemonade pitcher is gone forever. Wesley cooks her recipes himself now. The doorbell rings. Denise arrives with a pound cake baked from Caroline's handwritten card. They eat together at the kitchen table, 3 people bound not by blood, but by truth, courage, and survival. Later, Will watches fireflies blink in the backyard where his parents fell in love beneath the magnolia tree. "I kept my promise, Mama," he whispers. Sometimes the smallest voices see the clearest truths. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is refuse to be silent. A 10-year-old boy's scream stopped a wedding and saved his father's life. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more fate tales where truth and justice win.